Have you ever wondered why some people seem unbreakable while others crumble at the first sign of trouble? The answer lies in an ancient philosophy that's been secretly powering the world's most resilient minds for over 2,000 years. Today, I'm going to share 7 Stoic rules that will transform your mental strength overnight. And by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to handle anything life throws at you. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. How many times this week have you let something completely outside your control ruin your entire day? Maybe it was traffic, a rude comment, or even the weather. What if I told you that the ancient Roman emperors, gladiators, and philosophers had a secret weapon against these daily frustrations? They did, and you're about to learn it. The first rule is the foundation of all mental strength, the dichotomy of control. This isn't just about positive thinking or pretending problems don't exist. It's about making a radical distinction between what you can influence and what you cannot. Marcus Aurelius, who literally ruled an empire while dealing with plagues, wars, and betrayals, wrote in his personal journal that you have power over your mind, not outside events. When you truly internalize this, something incredible happens. You stop wasting energy on things beyond your reach and channel every ounce of your mental power into what actually matters. Here's how to apply this immediately. Every time you feel stressed or anxious, ask yourself one simple question. Can I do something about this right now? If the answer is yes, take action. If it's no, consciously redirect your attention to something within your control. This isn't about being passive. It's about being strategic with your mental energy. The second rule will shock you because it goes against everything modern society teaches us about happiness. Stoics practice negative visualization, deliberately imagining loss or setbacks. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation. When you regularly contemplate losing your job, your health, or even your loved ones, you develop genuine appreciation for what you have right now. More importantly, you build resilience for when challenges actually come. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing one thing going wrong in your day. Maybe your presentation bombs, or you get stuck in traffic, or someone criticizes your work. Then, mentally rehearse how you'll respond with grace and strength. This mental rehearsing creates neural pathways that make you naturally more resilient when real problems arise. The third rule is perhaps the most powerful. Treat obstacles as the path itself. Most people see problems as roadblocks, but Stoics see them as opportunities. Every challenge is a chance to practice virtue, build character, and demonstrate strength. When you shift your perspective from seeing obstacles as things happening to you to things happening for you, everything changes. Think about your biggest current challenge. Instead of asking why this is happening to you, ask what this situation is teaching you. What skills is it forcing you to develop? What weaknesses is it revealing that you can now address? This reframe transforms you from a victim into a student of life. The fourth rule deals with one of the biggest sources of human suffering: our attachment to outcomes. Stoics focus entirely on the process while remaining detached from results. This doesn't mean you don't care about success. It means you don't let success or failure define your worth or happiness. You give your absolute best effort, then accept whatever happens with equanimity. This is incredibly freeing. When you're not emotionally attached to specific outcomes, you can enjoy life without being tied down. You take bigger risks, bounce back faster from setbacks, and paradoxically often achieve better results because you're not paralyzed by fear of failure. The fifth rule is about emotional regulation, and it's a game changer. Stoics understand that emotions are not facts. They're temporary reactions that you can observe and choose how to respond to. When anger, fear, or sadness arises, instead of being swept away by these feelings, you create space between the emotion and your response. The next time you feel overwhelmed by emotion, pause and say to yourself, "I notice I'm feeling angry right now." This simple act of observation immediately gives you power over the emotion instead of letting it control you. You can feel the anger without becoming anger. The sixth rule is about accepting what the Stoics called amor fati, or love of fate. This means not just accepting what happens to you, but actually embracing it as necessary and even beneficial. This is the ultimate level of mental strength because it means nothing can truly defeat you. Every experience, whether pleasant or painful, becomes fuel for your growth. When something goes wrong, instead of fighting reality or wishing things were different, ask yourself how you can use this experience to become stronger, wiser, or more compassionate. This transforms every setback into a setup for future success. Seventh and final rule is about memento mori, remembering death. This isn't morbid, it's motivating. When you regularly contemplate the temporary nature of life, you gain perspective on what truly matters. Petty annoyances become irrelevant. Important relationships become precious. Time becomes valuable. Start each day by remembering that this could be your last. Not to create anxiety, but to create urgency around living according to your values and treating people with kindness and respect. Here's what happens when you apply these 7 rules consistently. You develop what psychologists call emotional resilience. You become the person others turn to in crisis because you remain calm under pressure. You make better decisions because you're not clouded by emotional reactivity. You build deeper relationships because you're not constantly seeking validation or approval from others. The most successful people in history, from entrepreneurs to athletes to leaders, all demonstrate these Stoic principles whether they know it or not. They focus on what they can control, prepare for setbacks, view obstacles as opportunities, stay process-focused, regulate their emotions, embrace their circumstances, and maintain perspective on what truly matters. But here's the key. These aren't just concepts to understand intellectually. They're practices to implement daily. Start with just one rule that resonates most with you. Practice it for a week, then add another. Within a month, you'll notice a fundamental shift in how you handle stress, setbacks, and challenges. Remember, mental strength isn't about being tough or emotionless. It's about being flexible, resilient, and wise. It's about responding rather than reacting, choosing rather than being chosen for, and finding opportunity in every obstacle. The ancient Stoics faced wars, plagues, exile, and death, yet they found peace and strength through these principles. Your daily challenges may be different, but the tools for handling them remain exactly the same. The question isn't whether these rules work, it's whether you'll commit to applying them consistently. Which of these 7 Stoic rules will you implement first? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video helped you, make sure to subscribe for more life-changing content that actually works.